imagine. We were very excited to be able to honor our grads while still complying with our top priority of the safety of our students and our community. So if we lose Wi-Fi or experience a hiccup, just remain on and rest assured we will be back as soon as possible. And if you're having trouble hearing us, try turning up your speaker volume or using a phone to log in. And remember that we are recording this. We will be sharing this event for you to enjoy. Hopefully when you're with your friends and family, you can all watch it together and you will be able to see that chat then as well, I believe. At this time, I have the privilege of introducing San Joaquin College of Law Dean Janice L. Pearson. Dean Pearson has led our institution with grace and integrity since her 1985 appointment as Dean of San Joaquin College of Law. And during this uncertain time, she has been a source of strength and wisdom to the faculty and the students alike.
Good afternoon and welcome to the graduation of the class of 2020. We are thrilled to have you here. We are so impressed by your accomplishments and so proud of what you've done. We can't say that loudly enough. We know you've put in a lot of time, energy, and commitment to get to this goal, and we applaud you. That is the purpose of this ceremony. We also want to extend a thank you to all the families and friends that supported you through this effort. It's not something anyone can ever do alone. Now it's my privilege to introduce the chairperson of the Board of Trustees of San Joaquin College of Law, Douglas E. Knoll.
Thanks, Jan. Welcome, everybody. This is indeed an unusual time in our community and our world. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome all of you graduates and friends and family for joining us in this first virtual celebration of your commencement. I'll just say that none of us could have expected this, and none of us know what's going to be coming down the pike in terms of our personal lives or our careers. But I will say, graduates, that you have been as well prepared as any class that has ever come through our institution to deal with the uncertainty and the ambiguities and the crises that are bound to occur both locally and regionally and nationally. And we're all very proud of you. I don't even know yet what's going to happen with the bar exam. We talked about this some weeks ago. I don't know if any decision has been made yet by the state bar. But whatever it is, recognize that getting your license will require you to take a test, and that is not something to be taken lightly. It is something that you really need to spend a lot of time, and by that I mean 10 to 12 weeks, 8 to 10 hours a day before the exam. That is the only way you can assure yourself of passage. Everybody tells you this. I've been practicing law for over 45 years. I'm going to tell you that's exactly the way it is. That's what I had to do back in 1977. It's what you're going to have to do in 2020. And there's just no easy way past that. So please, please, please study, 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 study. Make us all proud. And again, congratulations and welcome, and let us proceed. Jan?
Thank you, Doug. Some of you may know that this week the law school lost a great friend, and that is John Loomis. He was one of the founders of the school, and he served continuously on the Board of Trustees until just a few years ago. He also had served as dean. He sort of became one of the founders of the law school by accident. Judge Eyman invited about 30 people to his home to talk about starting a law school in the Central Valley. John was one of them. He attended. He kind of went because he'd been told that Mrs. Eyman was a good cook, but he went. They then had a second meeting, and only 3 people showed up: Judge Eyman, Judge Wanger, and John Loomis. So it was a very simple beginning, but it became a great passion for John Loomis. His passion became making sure the next generations of law students and lawyers were around to serve the San Joaquin Valley in the future. There's a lot you don't know about him. He was very committed to his family. He helped take care of his wife while she was ill for many years before her death. He was a patriot. He served in the United States Army in World War II, in Europe, in the trenches. He got trench foot while he was in the trenches and ended up in the hospital for a number of months. Because of all of that, eventually France made him a chevalier, which is the equivalent of an English knight. He was an intelligent, ethical, smart, committed individual to the law school. And so I'm going to ask you, please, to observe a minute of silence in honor of our great friend, John Loomis. Thank you. We have invited Fresno Superior Court John Conklin to make opening remarks today because he's very much like John Loomis. He tackles a difficult job every day in a very difficult environment and has to make difficult decisions. And he does so with the same high ethics, fairness, and intelligence. John is also committed to the law school and to SJCL students. He's taught at the law school for 26 years, teaching criminal law and procedure and moot court. And doing that teaching, he's been awarded Professor of the Year many times. Please welcome Judge John Conklin.
Dean, thank you so much, and for the more than kind reference. Good afternoon to all of you. I will keep this greeting very short because this day is about you and your accomplishments. What I hope to accomplish with this brief greeting is a refocus of the reason we're conducting the ceremony the way we are today, remotely, and a refocus on the reason we are here today, because of you. I'm going to give you a list of words beginning with the letter C, and I'm only going to start with the first word and mention it once, and that's COVID, obviously, because that's the only reason we are doing this today the way we are. But I don't want that word to define today, your accomplishments, or your future. So I'm not going to use that word again. Instead, I'm going to give you a list of words that also begin with the letter C that I feel most appropriately define you, this institution, and your accomplishments. And perhaps these words will come back to you in your career. And as you reflect upon your experience at SJCL, will also remind you of that. The first word, obviously, is congratulations. Next is confidence. Next, conquer. Community. Classical. Considerate. Comical. And finally, and most importantly, for the purposes of today, for when you will pass the bar exam, because I know you will, celebrate. Thank you so very, very much.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2020. Leticia Guzman is graduating with high honors, meaning she's attained a cumulative GPA of 85 or higher across all her classes at San Joaquin College of Law. For her efforts, she has won numerous scholarships and received the Whitkin Award in 6 different classes. That means she got the highest score in those individual classes. I'm honored to introduce Leticia Guzman, valedictorian of the class of 2020.
Thank you, Dean Pearson. To the class of 2020, congratulations, we made it. I know this is not how we envision the conclusion of our legal education. It feels odd that we didn't get to sit in a classroom together one last time, or celebrate our last final, or walk through the great hall of the school knowing that it would be our last time doing so as students. But these unforeseen circumstances don't make our accomplishment any less impressive. If anything, the way we cope with the world changing overnight only adds to the list of challenges we have overcome. So wherever you are, I hope you are celebrating the magnitude of this accomplishment in your own way until we can all walk the stage together. But I do hope that this time has given you some silver linings, such as more time with your family, a chance to get outside more or develop new study skills, or the opportunity for family members in other countries to attend this virtual ceremony. Hola, padrecitos lindos. On that note, I extend a warm welcome to all of our friends and family watching from home. I speak for us all when I say it means so much to have your support. We could not have made it here without you. But before I go any further, I'd like to thank Dean Pearson and all of our professors, administrators, and staff for your support and efforts, both seen and unseen, during our time at SJCL. It is difficult to put into words the immense honor I feel to be here today. It seems like it wasn't too long ago that I was agonizing over the LSAT. I had a 2- and 3-year-old at the time and was taking paralegal courses at Fresno City College. I was working as a legal assistant at one of the more well-known law firms here in town. I remember walking into work every day, surrounded by lawyers in their crisp, freshly pressed suits. None of them looked like me. Me, a Latina mother with brown skin and dark hair. I would be lying if I said I wasn't intimidated. You see, I didn't come from a long line of lawyers or even college graduates at that. I was the first to obtain a degree in my family, and navigating college is difficult when your parents can't even help you fill out your FAFSA due to the language barrier. But as they say, nevertheless, she persisted. And so there I was, first gen, Latina, mother of 2, military wife, wrestling the LSAT and crafting my personal statement for the SJCL application. I was terrified, but I had a dream that I couldn't stop coming back to. Little did I know that SJCL would welcome me with open arms, and they'd be my greatest advocate, helping me bridge the gap between where I was and where I wanted to be. Fellow classmates, we are a diverse group of individuals with distinct backgrounds, and we have all faced unique challenges to get here, including a global pandemic. What we have accomplished thus far is amazing, and time after time, you have shown your incredible ability to overcome. As we branch out into the world, my hope for us as lawyers is that everything we do in hopes of building a better, fairer, and more just world. As lawyers, we have the incredible power and responsibility to make space for what is right and to be leaders and role models for those who are in the same position that I was in 4 years ago, scared but hungry for knowledge. May we embrace those opportunities and lead with empathy and integrity. I am proud to stand before you as your valedictorian, but even more proud of the good that I believe our class is capable of. You didn't get here by chance. You got here through the incredible support of the people who love you, and through your own hard work, sleepless nights, probably some tears and meltdowns, and a lot of tough decisions, to study when others were having fun, to read while others were sleeping, to miss birthday parties and celebrations. But the hard work was worth every second of this savory moment. May we all continue to exhibit with grace and humility the way we started our legal education, and may we use this tremendous privilege of a law degree for good. I'm sorry I was a little nervous, but congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you very much, Leticia. That was wonderful, and congratulations. I want to acknowledge the salutatorian. This is the person who is ranked second in the class. And this year, that is Syuzanna Martirosyan. She also had an outstanding legal career. It is also traditional to announce the winner of the John Loomis Medal at graduation. This is awarded to a student committed to civility, professionalism, and high ethics. The student must have a commitment to serving the Valley and have shown that service both in the law school and in the community. Senior faculty choose the winner of the Loomis Medal. And this year's winner is Zachary Groothuyzen. Because the spring banquet had to be canceled this year, we never awarded the Founders Scholarship. A student cannot apply for the Founders Scholarship. The student must be nominated by a faculty member and the faculty select the winner. For the Founders Scholarship, a student must be a graduating student with high academic achievement and the highest ethical standards, as well as a commitment to public service. The winner is a name you have heard already today, and that is Leticia Guzman. Our graduation speaker today was chosen by the graduating class itself. Professor Ham was their professor for their culminating course in their graduating year of remedies. He too has been committed to forwarding the education of new lawyers in the San Joaquin Valley. He's the general counsel of AGI Publishing, Inc., but he's been teaching at the law school for 15 years. He's taught employment law, business organizations, and remedies. Let's see what some of his remedies students had to say about Professor Ham in their evaluations. Professor Ham is able to keep all students engaged and integrate what we should know in the real world and what we should know for the bar exam. Professor Ham is the best instructor I have ever had. He has gone above and beyond to prepare the material, presented in a manner that is comprehensible, and anticipate and answer our questions. I have never encountered a professor who is so invested in his students and seems to actually care about their success. Not a surprise that they chose him as a graduation speaker. Please welcome Professor Jason Ham.
Well, thank you, Dean Pearson. Thank you for those kind words, whoever wrote them. I do appreciate it. And thank you, of course, to the class of 2020 for the honor of speaking at this unprecedented event. I'm going to say a few words about the class of 2020, and then I'll end on a serious note and say a few words about the profession that they are entering. As Dean Pearson mentioned, I had the pleasure of teaching remedies to this entire group together on Thursday nights this past year. I can tell you from that experience that this class of 2020 is a special class. I'd like to point out a few moments from this past year to highlight that. We began way back either in late August or early September. Our very first class session, Nathalia Aguirre and Daniel Cisneros stopped me and said they had an announcement. And so they came up and handed out Hawaiian leis to the entire class, which I still have here, to promote the upcoming law school luau. And so we all wore our leis and began the year, and it sort of set the tone for what was to come. Then we had a setback. Yes, we had a setback. You see, they flubbed the seating chart. Among other problems, we had students entering their names on the wrong place on the seating chart, facing the wrong direction. We had an entire row of students write their name upside down on the seating chart. I don't want to embarrass them, but it was Daniel, Adriana, Jennifer, and Elizabeth. And they were known for the rest of the year as the upside down row. But the good news, class of 2020, is when you do finally sit for the bar exam, there won't be a seating chart. So you have that going for you. There were some good times after that. There was a time that Ero Bertoni was assigned to brief a case in class where the issue was the disputed ownership of a recipe for chocolate chip cookies. And I told Mr. Bertoni it was the law school's policy that if you were briefing a case about chocolate chip cookies, you had to bring chocolate chip cookies to enhance the discussion. I was just kidding, of course, but you know what? He did. Then there was the time I called on Zach Magill to orally brief a case in class, and Mr. Magill confessed he hadn't done the reading. Now, according to the law school policies, I'm supposed to mark him as absent for that day. But I ask you, fellow faculty members, where's the fun in that? We thought it would be much more fun to have Mr. Magill brief the case anyways, that he hadn't previously read. And so he put on a display of quick thinking and speaking under stressful conditions. It was well played. Painful, but well played. I came to class one night this past spring, and there was a small swarm of bees in the classroom. That really happened. I had no idea how to handle this situation other than to call Pat Smith, and she was on vacation. So somehow, Syuzanna Martirosyan, embodying the spirit of the class of 2020, calmly, gently, humanely, and peacefully took out a plastic bag and one by one caught all the bees, walked them downstairs outside, and peacefully released them into the environment. Well, all but one bee, who continued to buzz around my head as I tried to lecture that night, until finally the bee decided to give it a rest and land in the aisle, where Evan Wright, not so gently, not so humanely, and not so peacefully, stomped it out of existence. And the lecture continued. The class of 2020 also showed great dedication. I'll always remember Lanae Oviedo missing a class in the fall to give birth to her baby, and then she attended the very next class via Skype. Such dedication. Speaking of dedication, how about Adam Awad? He dressed in a coat and tie just for class and never missed a class his entire time of law school. If there's others that did the same, my apologies for not recognizing you as well. You all have your story of dedication, and you should be proud of it. When we look back years from now at this graduating class, we will, of course, remember that this was the class, hopefully the only class, that had to finish law school and graduate during the shelter-in-place quarantine order. But I hope we also remember this class was not just the quarantine graduates. They are so much more. In all seriousness, I do want to share a story. When I was in law school, there was a time where I wasn't sure I wanted to be a lawyer. I too was intimidated by the profession and the demands upon it. I bought and read a book entitled, "What Can You Do with a Law Degree?" I'll give you some free advice. Don't bother reading the book. The answer was just about anything. But after having practiced law for 20 years, I have a deeper and more profound answer to the question of what can you do with a law degree. With a law degree, whatever you do, you have the enhanced ability and a greater opportunity to participate in the process of justice. You see, we are blessed to live in a country where the rule of law governs, but even actions that comport with the law may not always comport with the highest and best sense of justice. What is justice? Justice is not limited to convicting the guilty, acquitting the not guilty, as we say, and carrying out the legal procedures fairly and with due process, although it is certainly found in those things. Justice can also occur in the quieter and less publicized process of making decisions about who to prosecute, who to involve in the legal process, and who to let be. Justice is not just winning a trial for a deserving client, although it is certainly that. Justice is also found in the less glamorous decisions, such as deciding whether to sue or to negotiate privately for a resolution, or whether to refrain altogether from a potentially unsatisfying legal dispute. Justice can occur when a party decides not to take advantage of a contract term that might produce a legally permissible but highly unfair outcome. Justice occurs when a lawyer deals honestly and straightforwardly with an adversary, thereby minimizing unnecessary conflicts. Justice occurs when a decision is made to charge no more than what is fair for legal services, rather than charging the most you can get away with. Of course, justice occurs when you give a voice to someone who's been treated unfairly. But it also occurs during the more private and quiet occasions when you simply help someone understand the law and the available options for their situation, particularly someone who has no other access to that information. You see, there is a never-ending series of decisions to be made and actions to be carried out in all parts of a society that operates under the rule of law. Having a law degree and being a lawyer means having greater opportunities and a more enhanced voice in these decisions. It means having a seat at the table, having the ability to counsel and guide the process in a way that honors the highest notions of justice. With your law degree and the knowledge and skills you've acquired over the last 3 to 5 years, you, class of 2020, are now ready for a seat at that table. You are ready to exercise your voice, a voice that will be now listened to more attentively, to give an opinion that will be accounted for, to exercise authority that will be given respect. And in doing these things, you will be in a position to help facilitate justice. Congratulations, class of 2020. Welcome to the profession. I hope we can all get together soon in person for a proper celebration. And I hope when we do, that Bertoni brings the cookies. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ham. I love entertaining graduation speeches, and that was certainly one. I can see once again why the class selected you to make that presentation. Now, please welcome Professors Christine Goodrich and Justin Atkinson to present the class of 2020.
All right, let's get started. Nathalia, Alissa, Aguirre. Nathalia earned a Bachelor of Science degree in criminology from California State University, Fresno. She dedicates this moment to her grandmother, Maria de Los Angeles Cortez, who traveled to this country for the opportunity it presented and spent thousands of days working in the fields. Nathalia says, "Thank you to my boss, Marcus Assay, for his moral and financial support in making my dream come true. Thank you for being a champion for the underdog." Nathalia also says, "My grandmother died before she could see her sacrifices pay off. Today I stand as the first in my family to earn a postgraduate degree. To my parents, Marta and Vicente, thank you for loving me as much as you do. I will never give up on your dreams. To my sister, Crystal, one day you will be here, the second law school graduate in our family. Don't give up. God bless."
Adam Saeed Awad. Adam attended Fresno Pacific University, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in pre-law. Adam was the recipient of the 2016 Tai Karazi Book Scholarship, the 2017 La Raza Scholarship, the 2019 Pereda Jr Trial Scholarship, and the 2020 Ernest Kinney Trial Lawyer Scholarship. Adam represented SJCL as a semifinalist in the 2017 Trainer Moot Court competition, and as a competitor in the 2019 UCLA Cybercrimes competition. He was also the recipient of the 2018 Witkin Academic Excellence Award in Criminal Law. Adam served as a library proctor and as an admissions outreach specialist during law school. Adam says he hopes to obtain a post-bar attorney position with the Fresno County Public Defender's Office. Adam wishes to thank his mom, dad, and girlfriend for their love and support.
Jordan Allen Bennett. Jordan earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in criminology and restorative justice from Fresno Pacific University. He is the recipient of Witkin Awards for excellence in both civil procedure and business organizations. Jordan is a member of the Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity and served in the New American Legal Clinic on campus. During law school, Jordan interned at the Fresno County Public Defender's Office and clerked at the law offices of Michael Gong. He is currently a clerk at Wanger Jones Helsley, PC. Jordan says, I would like to thank my mom and dad for being wonderful role models and pushing me to do the best I can in everything I take on. My in-laws for their support and love through school and life in general. My kids who make all the hard work worth it, and my wife with whom I share this degree, as it took the hard work of both of us to make this possible. I love you guys.
Jared Ero Bertoni. Jared graduated from California State University, Fresno, with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. He is the recipient of the Leon S. Peters Foundation Award for Leadership and the SJCL Student Bar Association Scholarship for Participation. Jared served as president of the Student Bar Association and was SBA liaison to the Board of Trustees. During law school, he clerked at Quinlan, Kershaw, and Finucane, where he will return to work after the bar exam. Jared wishes to say, thank you to my family for their love and support, to my dad, mom, and grandmother. Thank you for always believing in me and investing in my future. I love you.
Brian Kenneth Chin. Brian earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy, pre-law, from California State University, Fresno. He was a runner-up for the Best Oral Advocate in the George Hopper Moot Court competition. Brian served as a law clerk for Michael C. Gong at the offices of Michael C. Gong and for Anthony N. DiMera at McCormick Barstow and the DiMera law firm, APC. He plans to continue working in the area of insurance and public entity defense for the DiMera law firm, APC, and to continue to hone the legal skills he has learned to become an experienced civil litigator. Brian says, I plan to continue to work in the area of insurance and public entity defense for the DiMera law firm, APC, and to continue to hone the legal skills I have learned to become an experienced civil litigator. I would like to thank my parents, Jamil Chu, Spencer Gong, Michael Gong, and Anthony DiMera.
Daniel Ray Jr Cisneros. Daniel graduated from California State University, Fresno, with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science. He is the recipient of the Whitkin Award for Academic Excellence in Legal Methods 1 and Private Labor Law, and received the Leon S. Peters Scholarship for Leadership during his second and third years of law school. Daniel is a member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity and served as student bar representative as a 3L and 4L. Throughout law school, Daniel worked as a council assistant for Fresno City Council member Luis Chavez. Daniel would like to thank his family and friends, SJCL classmates, and co-workers for showing support and continually pushing him to be successful in law school and in the community. Daniel also wishes the best of luck to all his classmates on the California bar exam.
Jacobo Espindola. Jacobo earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy from California State University, Fresno. He was a recipient of a Whitkin Award in Contracts. Jacobo would like to thank his family and friends for all the love and support throughout this journey.
Jane Faulks. Jane graduated from the University of Hong Kong, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature and Classical Music. In addition, she earned an MBA in Finance and Global Marketing at San Jose State University. During law school, Jane operated her own accounting business and continued working full-time to improve the business and financial situations of her clients and other professionals. Jane says some of her favorite organizations are the Fresno State Lyle Center, an entrepreneurship program, and the Rotary Club of Clovis. She adds, my goal is to identify 2 to 4 specialized practice areas to develop more in-depth skills in the next 3 years. I hope to combine these skills with my financial knowledge to serve my clients.
Zachary Edward Groothuyzen, High Honors. Zachary received a Bachelor of Science degree in kinesiology from California State University, Fresno. He is the recipient of multiple Whitkin Awards for academic excellence and the recipient of the Justice Hollis G. Best Scholarship and the George Hopper Memorial Scholarship, the Proctor Scholar of the Year Award, and the Central California Bankruptcy Association Scholarship. During law school, Zachary completed externships with the California Department of Justice in the Attorney General's Office, the United States District Court for the Eastern District of California under Judge Erica Grishon, and the California 5th District Court of Appeal under Justice Don Franson. He also worked with Sierra IP Law, PC, and the Law Office of Stephanie Krause. Zach is a free agent and undecided about his future after the bar exam. He thanks everyone who gave him an opportunity to gain experience, Justin Atkinson and Alicia Rest for allowing him to bother them with his many needs. He thanks his in-laws, Mark, Tracy, Dalyn, and Lachey for their support, his parents, Patty and Ed, for their guidance, understanding, and love at every turn, his son Noah for being the happiest little guy, and his wife Caitlin for her many sacrifices and never-ending love. He would not be here without you.
Leticia Guzman, High Honors Valedictorian. Leticia earned a Bachelor of Science degree in advertising from the Art Institute of California in San Francisco. She is the recipient of the Leon S. Peters Scholarship for 2019, the Spirit of SJCL Scholarship for 2019, and the Darrell Friedman Barr Study Scholarship of 2020. Leticia is the recipient of Whitkin Awards in Torts 1 and 2, Contracts 1, Legal Methods 1 and 2, and Business Organizations 2. She was also a Best Brief finalist for Moot Court in 2018. While in law school, Leticia served as a judicial intern for the Honorable Justice Rosendo Peña at the 5th District Court of Appeals. She states, "I would like to thank my greatest supporter, my husband, whose love and wit got me through the most difficult times in law school. My children for their unconditional love and patience, my parents and siblings who taught me work ethic and dedication. Mamá y papá, gracias por esta vida maravillosa. My incredible village of family and friends who helped raise my babies so that I could pursue my dreams. And of course, Pat Smith, my most precious friend at SJCL."
Claudia Noemi Juárez. Claudia graduated from the University of California at Davis with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English and Spanish with a minor in history with an emphasis on Latin America. She earned the Whitkin Award for Academic Excellence in Legal Methods, Advanced Research and Writing, and Human Trafficking. In law school, Claudia was a member of Lawsuit and volunteered at the New American Legal Clinic after completing her required clinical hours. Claudia states, "I want to start by thanking my SJCL family, the amazing professors and staff, as well as my carpool partners, my study buddies, and classmates who formed a support system for me over the years. A special thanks to my husband, Daniel, for being so supportive of me through this grueling process and for covering all bases at home while I worked, commuted, and studied and ad nauseum for the last 4 years. I have to thank my kids for forgiving all the missed open school nights, games, and track meets, for understanding why I could not be there to help them with their homework, and why, when I was there, I often did my best to ignore them while I studied. They know that it was all so that I could finally accomplish a lifelong goal. I also want to thank my parents, in-laws, and sisters for being so encouraging and for setting such great examples for me and my children. And I have to give thanks to God for making it all possible. Si se pueda."
Jennifer Lemus-Fernandez. Jennifer attended the University of Laverne, where she earned a Bachelor of Science degree in legal studies. She is a member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity and worked full-time during law school as a mediator in Tulare County for mediation services provided by the Better Business Bureau. Jennifer also completed an internship at the Tulare County Family Law Facilitator's Office. Jennifer states, "I would like to thank my dad, Marcos, my sister, Elvia, and my nephews, Javier and Miguel, for always being supportive. Thank you for believing in me when I doubted myself. It has been a tough 4 years, but we got through it together. I would like to thank my mom, who could not physically be here, but I know my mom is always here with me. Thank you to Adriana, Daniel, Elizabeth, and Grace for being the best group for friends a law student can ask for."
Kelly Liu, with distinction. Kelly graduated from the University of California, Merced, with a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics. Kelly is the recipient of the Cartier First Year Improvement Scholarship, and she went on to earn Whitkin Awards for academic excellence in torts, contracts, real property, constitutional law, business organizations, and evidence. Kelly says, "I am honored to have received so much love, support, and assistance from my fiance, Jason, both sets of my parents, and my friends at school and outside of school. I truly could not have survived this experience without them. Thank you for always being patient and understanding throughout the last 3 years."
Zechariah John Vergil Magill. Zechariah earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics from University of California, Merced. He states, "Thanks to friends and family for making this possible. Y'all my goats. Can't wait for what the future holds."
Nigel Albert Marin. Nigel received an associate degree in liberal arts from Cuesta College. Although he found he had a passion for constitutional law, he is the recipient of a Whitkin Award for academic excellence in business organizations. Nigel was a member of the campus organization Lawsuit and worked during law school at the Public Defender's Office under Avery Myers. Nigel says, "I wish to give special thanks to Adelene Floto, Elena Marin, Avery Myers, and Andrew Kim for helping me during my time of need. I plan to use technology to build a way to help those with no or limited access to the law."
Syuzanna Martirosyan, high honors. Syuzanna graduated summa cum laude from California State University, Fresno, with a Bachelor of Science degree in business management. During law school, Susie received 14 Whitkin Awards for academic excellence, 7 scholarships, and became a published writer and editor for the San Joaquin Agricultural Law Review. She also served as a federal judicial extern for the Honorable Erica P. Grosjean. Susie looks forward to a career in employment law and estate planning after graduation. Susie would like to thank her husband, children, parents, sister, in-laws, extended family, friends, and professors for their support and encouragement. Susie is especially grateful to her Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for walking with her during this incredible journey.
Adriana Isabel Mendexa-Gurrola. Adriana earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science and criminology, as well as a master's degree in business administration from California State University, Fresno. She is a member of the Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity and served as Student Bar Association second year class representative and secretary. Adriana states, "I would first like to thank my husband, Armando, my parents, Jose and Elia, and my brother, Gabriel, for all of their love, support, and encouragement. Also, a big thank you to all of my friends and family, both in and out of law school, for everything they have done. I couldn't have gone through this journey without all of you.
Amanda Virginia Metz. Amanda earned an associate degree in paralegal studies from Merced College. She is a proud veteran of the United States Navy and is a two-time recipient of the Bertha and John Garabedian Military Service Scholarship. Amanda has worked for the Superior Court of California in both Merced and Madera counties. As a result of having a front row seat to the trial process for many years, Amanda looks forward to a career in criminal trial practice. Amanda adds, I owe so much of who I am and what I've accomplished to my mother, who set a strong example for me all my life. Also, my grandparents, who would be overjoyed to be able to witness my graduation. This belongs to them too. Last, but certainly not least, to my sweet son, Georgie. Thank you for sacrificing time with me so that I could make a bright future for us. We did it.
Anthony Joseph Muia. Anthony graduated from California State University, Fresno, with a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science. Says Anthony, I'm just going to say thank you, and that is all.
Lanae Oviedo. Lanae earned a Bachelor of Science degree in criminology from California State University, Fresno. She is the recipient of the 2017 Hugh Goodwin Scholarship for Community Service and was a member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity. During law school, Lanae served as a judicial extern for Federal District Judge Erica Grosjean. Lanae states, I want to give a very big thank you and appreciation to my parents, family, and friends for your overwhelming support and encouragement over the last 3 years. My mother, Sarita Rios, grandfather, Stephen Rios, Alicia Rest, Professor Philip Cherney, and Mark Broughton for being the best legal mentors. I want to give a special thank you to my son and his father for inspiring me to dream big. Lanae reflects on her law school experience by sharing a quote from the late Kobe Bryant. Those times when you get up early and work hard, those times when you stay up late and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like you're working, you're too tired and you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey.
Nicholas James Penner. Nicholas graduated from Fresno Pacific University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in, a Bachelor of Arts degree in liberal arts. Nick says he would really just like to thank everyone who has traveled this very long journey with him. First, thank you, Mom, Maddie, and Ryan. Your encouragement meant a lot and kept me going. He would also like to thank his children, Madison, Nate, Pickle, and Landon. Hanging out with them was always a great break from law school. To Melissa, I'm finally done. Thank you for your support and writing all of this out with me. I couldn't have done this without you. I love all of you. I would also like to thank all the wonderful people at SJCL for their hard work and dedication, especially Professors Atkinson and Rest, who took time to walk me off the ledge more than once. Lastly, congratulations to all of my classmates. We did it.
Jesus Pereda Jr. Jesus Pereda Jr., excuse me. Jesus graduated from California State University, Fresno with a Bachelor of Science degree in business with an option in accounting. Angad Singh Punyani. Angad studied film and media at the University of California, Berkeley. He received Whitkin Awards for academic excellence in torts, legal methods, and criminal law, in addition to being voted 1L and 4L Student of the Year. Angad won Best Brief in Moot Court and continued as the brief writer for the statewide Trainer Moot Court competition. A member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity throughout law school, Angad served as treasurer. During law school, Angad clerked for the law offices of Michael C. Gong and served as an intern for the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Angad states, I would like to thank my family and friends for their unwavering love and support. I want to thank Michael Gong, Professor Masters, and Professor Mugridge for being tremendous sources of legal knowledge and mentorship. I also want to thank all of my classmates and professors who provided motivation and commiseration throughout this incredible journey.
Monica Allison Rast, with distinction. Graduating from St. Mary's College of California, Monica earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. She is the recipient of Whitkin Awards of Academic Excellence in Civil Procedure 1 and 2, Legal Methods 2, Criminal Procedure, Evidence 1 and 2, and Wills and Trusts 1 and 2. Monica is the recipient of the Obata Memorial Scholarship, the Leon S. Peters Foundation Leadership Award, and the Central California Bankruptcy Association Scholarship. She is a member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity and has worked during law school at the law firm of Herr, Pedersen, and Berglund, where she will be employed after graduation. Monica would like to thank her family for their love and support through law school.
Dana Lee Robnett. Dana earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology from California State University, Fresno. Dana wishes to say thank you to my mom, Irma, and sister Leslie for their unwavering love and encouragement since my first year of law school. And to my boyfriend, Dustin, my constant in life. To my aunt, uncle, and grandma Tony for their steadfast support. A huge thank you to Blair Looney, CEO of the Better Business Bureau, for believing in me, believing in my worth, and always reminding me life is challenging, but with perseverance, I can succeed. I am so blessed to have their support as I prepare for the bar and start my position as a post-bar with the Fresno County District Attorney's Office.
Jennifer Guadalupe Rodriguez. Jennifer graduated from the University of California, Merced with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and a minor in History. She interned at the Western Center of Law and Poverty and worked at the New American Legal Clinic, where she found her passion for working in immigration law. Jennifer says she plans to practice immigration law and hopes to make legal services more affordable and accessible to immigrant communities in the Central Valley. She states, I want to thank my family, my friends, and a special thanks to my grandparents, who I wish were here to see me receive my diploma. I know you are looking down with a proud smile, like when I shared my acceptance letter, and I hope to keep making you proud.
Esmeralda Serapio. Esmeralda earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Relations from California State University, Sacramento. She is the recipient of Whitkin Awards for Academic Excellence in Criminal Law, Employment Law, Professional Responsibility, and Wills and Trusts. Esmeralda was also the recipient of the Mike Rhodes Scholarship, Social Justice Scholarship. Esmeralda says, I would like to thank my mother. Without your sacrifices, I would not be where I am today. You are the strongest woman I know. To my husband, you inspire me to be my best. Thank you for cheering me on, but please don't make a pun about this later. To all my family and everybody who helped me get here, thank you for all your support.
Ashley Victoria Simpson. Ashley graduated from Fresno Pacific University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Criminal Justice. She was awarded the 2020 Mike Rhodes Social Justice Scholarship for her interest in public service and her dedication to underserved populations. During law school, Ashley worked in the New American Legal Clinic, providing naturalization and removal defense services to the community. Ashley also worked as a legal assistant for the law offices of Fike and Baranian. Ashley states that she hopes to pursue a career in public service, assisting those who are under-resourced in her community. She would like to thank her family, with her father watching from Mexico, her partner Michael, and all her friends for their constant support, love, and encouragement.
Zena Marie Sin. Zena studied social and behavioral sciences at Merced College. She was awarded Best Oral Argument in the George A. Hopper Moot Court Competition and represented SJCL in the Trainer Moot Court Competition. Zena was also the recipient of the Justice Pauline Hanson, the Clovis Seroptimist, and the Mario G. Olmos Memorial Scholarships. Zena is currently a law clerk at Pascusi & Stoker and will return there as an associate attorney after the bar exam. She states, "I want to thank my work family and all my professors at SJCL who have provided me with knowledge and support throughout this journey. I also want to thank my entire family for their encouragement and positivity. More importantly, I need to thank my husband Robert and my children Isabella and Scarlett, who provided my daily strength, wisdom, and love in getting through law school. Anything I have accomplished and will accomplish in the future is entirely because of them."
S. Nicole Marie Tucker with distinction. Nicole graduated from Azusa Pacific University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science. She is a recipient of the Whitkin Award for Academic Excellence in Evidence, Education Law, and Remedies. Nicole is a member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity and has served as a law clerk for Melissa Webb at Dowling Aaron and for Anthony DeMaria at McCormick Barstow and at the DeMaria Law Firm. Nicholas said, I do apologize, Nicole, that's twice I've done it. Nicole says after graduation, she plans to continue working at the DeMaria Law Firm, specializing in insurance defense and education law. She would like to thank her husband, Ryan, her parents, John and Teresa, and David and Bobby, her study group, and her friends and family. She says she would not be here today without them.
Bajong Marie Rose Vang. Bajong graduated from California State University, Fresno, with a bachelor degree in political science and a legal studies certificate. She served as a judicial fellow under CSU Sacramento Center for California Studies, earning a judicial administration certificate. Bajong was the recipient of the Hmong Language Scholarship and has received the Whitkin Award for Academic Excellence in Legal Methods, Business Organizations, and Wills and Trusts. During law school, Bajong served as a judicial extern at the U.S. District Court. With aspirations of pursuing a career in public service, she is currently clerking for the Fresno County Public Defender's Office and will continue to work there as a post-bar clerk. Bajong states, "I want to thank the real stars of this moment, my biggest motivator, my dad, Bua Xiong, and my best friend, my mama, Mei Chua. And of course, my teammates, Janky, Belle, Sarah, Kelly, and Johnny. Thank you for continuing to inspire me each day and for always believing in me. We made it."
Yao Vang. Yao graduated from the University of California, Merced with a Bachelor of Science degree in political science. Yao is a recipient of the Cartier Scholarship for first year and a Whitkin Award winner for academic excellence in legal methods. During law school, Yao was involved in helping clients with immigration services at the New American Legal Clinic, in addition to interning at the Fresno Public Defender's Office. Yao says, "These past 4 years have been challenging, and without my family and friends, I would not be where I am today. I would like to thank my loving husband whose sacrifice, support, and patience made it possible for me to be here. I would also like to thank my mother and father-in-law and mom and dad for their unconditional love and support these last 4 years. Thank you for making my education possible."
Elizabeth Villanueva. Elizabeth earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Criminal Justice with a minor in Spanish Linguistics from Fresno Pacific University. Elizabeth's passion for the criminal justice system has always been evident. During law school, she worked full-time as a probation officer for the county. As she immersed herself into her studies, her love for criminal law grew and led her to hold multiple positions within the district attorney's office. Now that Elizabeth crosses the finish line of her law school career, she hopes to continue pursuing criminal law while working as a district attorney. Elizabeth says, "Para mis papás, lo prometido es deuda, y con ese diploma liquido mi cuenta." To Efrain and Myra Terrones, if not for your hospitality and love, I would never been able to take on a career as a probation officer or a prosecution assistant while attending law school. To my fiance, Daniel Valdivia, to you I owe the motivation to commence law school. You constantly remind me that I am stronger than I believe.
Jeffrey Lee Wharton. As a graduate of San Diego State University, Jeffrey earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice Administration. He is a recipient of Whitkin Awards for academic excellence in civil procedure, real property, and advanced research and writing. During his first year in law school, Jeffrey was voted Student of the Year. In addition to a summer internship in the New American Legal Clinic on campus, Jeffrey also served as a law clerk for Bennett, Sharp, and Bennett, working in employment law. Jeffrey states, "Thank you to my loving wife, Jennifer Wharton. I could not and would not have completed this endeavor without your support and guidance. Thank you to my parents, Dave and Christy Wharton, for their faith, support, and belief that I would succeed. Thank you to my father-in-law, Professor Joseph Arnold, for encouraging me to pursue a legal education. And thank you to my mother-in-law, Carrie, for making sure Joe gave me a passing grade in his class. Thank you to Kim, Michael, Catherine, Victor, Tammy, Peter, Angela, Nathaniel, Barbara, Jim, Gina, and Alton for all your love, thoughts, and prayers all these years. Thank you to my professors and classmates for all of the hard work and dedication you have shown. Lastly, thank you to my dog Cooper and my cat Cayman for keeping me company for all those case briefs. We did it."
August George Wolf Peterson. August earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature from Arizona State University. He is the recipient of the Bertha and John Garabedian Military Service Scholarships in 2018, 2019, and 2020. He received a Whitkin Award in Animal Law. August served in the New American Legal Clinic for 2 years during law school, was the production editor of the SJCL Agricultural Law Review, and served as a volunteer mentor for the CART High School Community Justice Project. August states, "I would especially like to acknowledge my mother and my aunt, Maureen and Tricia Wolf. I humbly thank you for your encouragement and compassion. Also, I would like to acknowledge my sister, Johanna Wolf Peterson, and my brother, Noel Wolf Peterson, in memory of our dad, George Peterson, and our uncle, Dick Evans, and our uncle, Ronald Wolf. I would like to do well always. Following my studies at San Joaquin, I plan to seek out law jobs in the Fresno County and surrounding areas, establishing a practice in agriculture and environmental law. One day in the future, I plan to found a not-for-profit social and cultural cooperative to serve young persons and families from the rural or urban community in efforts to make available better pathways to social and political agency."
Evan Andrew Wright. Evan studied mathematics at California State University, Fresno. He is a recipient of the Baradat and Paboujian Trial Advocacy Scholarship, the Ken Coyle Memorial Scholarship, and the SJCL Student Bar Association Law Scholarship for Merit Most Improved for 2018. He's a member of the campus group's Lawsuit and Christian Legal Society. Evan has worked with attorney Jeffrey Hammerschmidt at the Hammerschmidt Law Corporation, as well as attorney Justin Harris at the Harris Law Firm. After passing the bar exam, Evan plans to continue to work at the Harris Law Firm. Evan would like to add, "Thank you so much to my family who have supported me throughout this journey. Special thanks to my in-laws, Jarrell and Lori Tucker, my parents, David and Kristen Wright, and to my children, Allie, Avery, Sean, and Tucker. Lastly, a world of thank yous to my wife, Lindsay. I love you, babe.
Grace Unmi Zilov. Grace graduated from California State University, Fresno with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English. During law school, Grace served as a board member of Delta Theta Phi Law Fraternity for 2 years, was a member of Lawsuit, and also worked on the Elizabeth O'Neill book drive. Grace states, I would first like to thank my mother, sisters, brothers-in-law, and the rest of my family for not only making the long drive here, but also being so supportive as I missed many family events. Your love and encouragement have kept me going these past few years. To Adriana, Daniel, Elizabeth, Jennifer, and the girls, I would not be standing here. Thank you, and I love each of you. And with that, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the class of 2020. And I invite Leticia up to demonstrate the tassel turn. I invite all the grads to virtually move that tassel from the right to the left, signifying your accomplishment. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Well, you can't see us, but we're all clapping. So congratulations, having heard all these stories. Don't you see what an incredible group this is? I'd like to thank Professors Goodrich and Atkinson for presenting the class and reading their bios. Our closing remarks come from Vang Muanutua. He sits on the City Council of the City of Clovis, to which he was elected in 2012. He is the Director of External Relations and Project Development for community medical centers here in Fresno. Mr. Muanutua serves on an incredible number of community organizations, and I know that he does this to further his passion and commitment to bettering his community. It is our honor to have him making the closing remarks of the ceremony.
Congratulations, graduates. What inspiring stories and backgrounds. Thank you for sharing that. And I think in doing it virtually, we actually paid more attention and got the chance to hear it and felt it in our hearts. Some say that, you are motivating us, and some say the motivation doesn't last. And I like what Ziegler said, that even though motivation doesn't last, he compares it to showering. That doesn't last, but he recommends it daily. And so, you have been my daily motivation today, and I thank you. I want to take a moment to also thank your parents and your loved ones, all those who helped you through this journey. And today you are like an arrow in their hands, like an arrow in an archer's hands, ready to be used to do great things. So great job to the parents. So first off, I want to say that to all the graduates, you are a gift, and you have to see yourself as a gift. Your degree is sort of the pathway by which you will be able to use the skills to better the community. And everything that you have also, I think, is a gift. And we have to remember that we came with nothing. And now that you are receiving things, it is a gift. And because it is a gift, wherever we end up in life, and with the skills that you have now, you will end up different places as you move forward. But you remain grateful for the blessings that life will bestow upon you and upon your loved ones. And you are a gift to your family, to your immediate family. And I also want to say you're a gift to the San Joaquin College of Law family. We are brothers and sisters now, and we will help each other. And every time you see an SJCL grad anywhere in the United States, there's a certain bond, and that you remember that. And we as alumni hold that very dear to our heart. And when we see more graduates, we see that there are more joining the fraternity. And in remaining grateful, I wanted to just put a little plug in to remind us of how great a nation we live in, how great a nation we live in. And with every graduation, with every success story, where every business that succeeds, even if those that fail, it is a reminder that American dream is still alive and well. It is alive in all of you, to all the immigrant families that came, to all the mothers or the fathers who worked hard to get this degree, to all the young single students who got it. You are here, and America is the only place where lineage, pedigree, your past status, it doesn't even matter. As long as you work hard, you can be whoever you want. You can be wherever you want to be too. And in this nation, and only in this nation, your story now is forever woven into the fabric of America, into the fabric of its history. And that's awesome, because we forget that now, you know, a Manatua, my history now is part of America, and each of you now, your history remains a part of America. And as you move forward in this life with your JD degree, whether you pursue to practice law, you pursue to do other things, I hope that you remember that you are a gift to others with your services. And so when you are serving others, be kind to those who come to you, be gracious, and be polite. You see, there's something very admirable about a learned person showing decency and remaining decent to those that come before them. And it's when you show that I think your skills are the most powerful, and your skills can then really be used. Because if you aren't decent, people will not give you the chance to use your skills to better their lives. I have a couple words of encouragement for you. Take it for what it is. And I hope that you know, if it's not good, just leave it here. If it's good, then take it, because you guys are ones who don't need any encouragement or motivation. But here's some of the things. One, I want to remind you to remember how worthy you are. Remember your worth. And I'll illustrate it in this simple story. There was a man who he was on his deathbed, and he told his son to come over, and he had this old watch, a 200-year-old watch given by his great-grandfather. And he told his son, take this watch and run down to the watch store and you know, see how much they'll give for it. Took that old watch, ran down to the store, came back. Said, Dad, he'll only give me $5. It's no one would buy it. Let's go run down to the pawn shop. See what the pawn shop will give for it. Ran down to the pawn shop, came back. Dad, you know, the pawn dealer will only give me $10 for it. I said, son, now run to the museum and see how much they will give for it. He ran to the museum, and he ran back so excited. He said, Dad, the museum is willing to give me $1 million for this watch. Because they said it's a relic. It's something that they have not seen, a watch that they've been wanting to find, and it'll be something which will be displayed in that museum. You see, many times we forget that we are valuable, but we are in positions where people don't value us, where we are $1 million and they look at us as $5 or $10. And when you are in that situation, you can't blame them. You have to blame yourself, that you place yourself in a situation, in a place where people don't see how important you are. And so remember, I want to remember that you have to be in the right place. Don't put yourself in the wrong place and get angry. The one who knows your value is the one who appreciates you. So don't stay in a place that doesn't suit you. And in that place, and I'm talking about career, but I'm also talking about, don't you ever forget that home is the place where you can always come to. And home is a place where you must always allow your family to come back to, and you treat them like they're $1 million. Like when we were our parents, when we saw that child born, you know, we picked it up, and it was the most precious thing. And even as we get old, may we always look upon each other as precious as when we held that child. And may we keep the home always a place where your worth and our worth is never devalued. So that's the first thing. Second, stay hungry in life always. Stay hungry. Be hungry, never be satisfied. I always see life as an incline that once you stop, you start sliding back. And so you have to always keep going, always take little steps. You have moved in a part of your career. Now it's time to find love. It's time to find family. It's time to find a purpose in life. So find your why. Find your why in life. That's what's going to drive you to do the next thing, the next chapter in your life. In the film Avengers: Infinity War, there was it was seen as a funny scene. I thought it was a very critical scene. Is when Gamora was taken by Thanos, and Iron Man comes by and goes, "Who is Gamora?" And then Star-Lord goes, "Where is Gamora?" And Drax, laying on the ground, goes, "I'll do you one better than that. Why is Gamora?" And the audience laughed. But really, Drax had the most important question, because if they knew how important Gamora was, why she was important, why, how valuable she is, then they would not have allowed her to go with Thanos. And in all of our lives, we have to find out our why in our life. So my hope is that you will find that. Third, don't quit. Because if you do, it's all meant for nothing. So don't ever quit. Many of you are immigrant families. Your parents didn't speak any English, or your parents are first generation or very, struggled. They did not quit. That's why you're there in that seat with that diploma. So how dare that we quit? We can't quit. So we can't quit. Our spouses and our loved ones didn't quit on us. Now that we've reached it, let's not quit on them. It's time to pay it back. So we can't quit. Thomas Edison said, many of life's failures are people who do not realize how close they are to success when they gave up. We can't be those who gives up. And as you represent people, as you serve people, you're right there about to change someone's life. It may be hard. The money might not be there. It may be tough. Let's not quit, because we owe it to them to fight for others. Last one, always do your best. Always do your best. Others deserve that from us. They're paying us to provide a service. Let's give it our best. If anything, we owe it to ourselves, so that way we can sleep at night, knowing that we gave it our all. Martin Luther King said it best when he talked about doing your best. He said, when you discover what you are going to be in life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. If it falls in your lap to be a street sweeper, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Leontine Price sings for the Metropolitan Opera. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept well. If you cannot be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley. Be the best little scrub on the side of the hill. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. So graduates, don't aspire just to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. And I think that's important. I leave you with this thought, and it's a story, the story of the Good Samaritan. I think that many of us have heard it, and for those who haven't, it's about the Samaritan who was, there was a person who was beat up on the side of the road, and the road was going from Jerusalem to Jericho. And if you ever studied it, that road is a pretty treacherous road. And we'll say it was a Jew on the road, and other Jews walked by, and they stayed away. They walked on the other side of the road. They did not stop to help this person who was beat up and needed assistance. And this foreigner, okay, a Samaritan came, and he stopped and he helped them. He gave him money, put him into the hotel and said, hey, take care of him, I'll be back. There's two questions that was asked in that story, and I think we overlook it. The first was asked of the people walking by and those who did not stop. Their question was, what will happen to me if I stop? I'll get beat up, I'll lose money, I'll have to treat this person, it's gonna take my time. So what will happen to me? When we ask that question, usually we do not stop. The key question, the important question that allowed this Samaritan to stop, that allow you and me to help others is, what will happen to him if I don't stop? You see, that's the critical question. What will happen to that family if I don't help? What will happen to that organization if I don't take the case? What will happen to them if I don't serve? And so as you receive this degree and as you walk into this next chapter in your life, I hope that you get it and you use it and you see the need that others have in which your skills can better their lives. I look forward to hearing about the great things that all of you graduates will do in the future. As many that came before you, this class will do even greater things. And so congratulations again. Thank you for the privilege of speaking to you, and may God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lon. A lot of us behind the scenes here are nearly in tears and having to fight back those tears. I also think it's important to give a thank you for the people behind the scenes who have made this ceremony possible. Diane Steele, Logan Tenerelli, Javier Rosas, Diane Scooty, Mark Enns, and Pat Smith. Congratulations to the graduates of 2020. All of us at SJCL want you to know what a pleasure it's been to know you, to have you here at the law school, and to share this ceremony, one of the biggest milestones of your life. Now you have one last challenge, the little 2-day quiz in September. But you know the stories of success of SJCL graduates. 55 judicial officers, district attorneys, and on and on and on. I know very well that 10 years from now or sooner, you all will be doing great things. And 20 years from now, we will be absolutely amazed by what you've accomplished. So now it's your turn. Congratulations, and go get them. Thank you.